All right, team, Pilates time. So for today's session, you are going to need either a yoga block or you could grab a towel and roll it up nice and tight so that we can use it to squeeze in between our legs throughout the session. So if you need to grab one of those, do so. And we're going to start on our hands and knees. So set up for me, hands directly below your shoulders, knees below the hips, and spread your fingers nice and wide. Then we're going to press the floor away into a cat-cow and scoop the belly, really stretch out that spine. As you press the floor away, I want you to inhale into the back of your ribs, pull your shoulder blades apart, and then exhale as you scoop that belly and sink through the lower back. Really pay attention to what your pelvis is doing in this movement. Think about the end of your tailbone and where it lands in each position. So as we go into our cat, where we push the floor away, our tailbone tucks under. And as we go into the cow, the tailbone points towards the sky. We'll do a few more of these. Beautiful. And then we're going to find the mid position between those two positions, which is a nice flat back. So our tailbone slightly tucked, nice and flat through the lower back. And then we're going to take one leg behind us and around to the side. And we're really trying not to move our hips as we do this so that we can open up that hip joint through the thighs. And then change direction, come out to the side and to the back. So you're drawing a circle with your knee. Keep pressing the floor away through your arms. Beautiful, other side. So up the back, out to the side and back in. And again, make sure you're not moving through the lower back or hips as you do this. Beautiful, switch direction. So to the side and back. Awesome. Beautiful. Now I want you to take your knees as wide as your mat or outside shoulder width. Sit back towards your heels. Press your chest towards the floor. Reach your arms forward. Now you're going to inhale to all fours. Tuck your toes under. And exhale, lifting the hips into a down dog. But keep your knees as bent as you need to. Come back to all fours. And then exhale into that child's pose again. Feel a big stretch in each position, just moving through the two of these. Spending as much time as you need to in each one. Maybe when you're in down dog next, you'll drop one heel at a time to open up the back of the legs. And in child's pose, you might just twist your shoulders side to side just to open everything up a little bit more. One more here in both positions. Beautiful. All right. Then we are going to come up onto our knees. Take one leg out to the side and try and get your foot flat on the floor. If that's uncomfortable through the ankle though, you can just kind of lean on the side of your foot. Then we're going to place our hands on the floor, sit your hips back on your heels and then come back through. So I'll show you from the side. We're sitting back and coming back. So it's going to open up our inner thighs and our groin area. So we don't end up too tight after the class. Beautiful. Other side. Drive those hips back. Beautiful. Nice. Awesome. Okay, team, we are going to start lying on our side today. We're going to start with a gentle sequence to build up And then we're really going to get into it. So lie flat on your side for me. We're going to stack knees on top of each other, heels on top of each other, and you want your heels to be behind your body in line with your spine. Then we're going to place our top hand onto our hip bone, grip it like a bit of a claw, and then roll that hip bone forward slightly so we're not inclined to use our hips. Then from here, lift your heels up into the sky so they're off the floor. And we're going to open our top knee up just as far as you can without moving your hips. So if your hips are moving, then you'll see and feel your arm go back behind you like this. We want to really minimize that. So just opening and closing the leg. Keep those heels pressing into each other. It's going to make that contraction a little bit bigger. Awesome. Keep your heels in the air. 3, 2, and 1. Drop your bottom leg to the floor. Keep that top leg up. And then we're going to do a full leg lift, ankle and knee coming all the way up. And again, we're not twisting through the hips to the back. Keeping that hip rolled forward slightly, isolating the booty. You should feel it heating up by now. Awesome. Think about that mind to muscle connection. Talk to your booty, tell it to switch on, work nice and hard, and keep that foot flexed. 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg up again. Now we're going to straighten our heel and leg out, and then pull that knee towards your shoulder and straighten out again. The whole while we're going to keep the heel in line with our spine. So we don't want to be kicking forwards. We want that leg to be in line with our body. One hip straight. Keep those hips roll forwards again. It will reduce your range of motion, but that's all right. It's going to be more concentrated. Keep your foot flexed. Press your heel towards the wall. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Now we are going to grab your yoga block or rolled up towel, place it between your knees, and we're going to squeeze it. So we're going to squeeze it as hard as possible, like you're holding onto dear life between those knees. Join your feet together. Place your top hand on the floor in front of you just for some support. And then from here, we're going to lift our bottom knee off the mat. So we're kind of targeting our upper obliques here. Doesn't matter how high those knees come off, as long as you are actively squeezing the block or towel and pulling that top rib to hip. Beautiful. Very small movement, and I want you to draw the belly button in, work nice and hard to keep your body still, and just isolating there. Awesome. 3, 2, and 1. Keep that block or towel there. We're going to prop ourselves up onto our forearm, so elbow directly below the shoulder. Then we're going to lift up into a side plank. Squeeze your inner thighs. Drop the hips down. Tap the floor. Lift up. Squeeze the inner thighs and down. Every time we squeeze, we're trying to squish that towel or yoga block between the knees. Very conscious activation of your inner thighs. And lift the hips as high as you can in that side plank. Awesome, team. Three. Deep squeeze in. 2, and 1. Fabulous. All right, lying on our other side. Put your block or towel off to the side for now. Stack your knees on top of each other, heels on top of each other. Grab onto your top hip and lift those feet off the floor. Going into our plants. Keeping those hips rolled forwards. Push your heels together. The more active you are with squeezing your heels together, the more you'll feel this contraction to the side. Awesome. Mind-muscle connection. Good stuff, team. Now you might find this side fatigue a little faster. That's all right. It's just because it helped us out on the other side. Right, 3, 2, and 1. Leave your top leg in the air, drop your bottom leg, flex the heel, and then we're dropping the whole leg down and up as high as you can without rolling those hips back. Good job, team. Try and keep the knee and ankle in line with each other. So that we're moving up as one. Really flex your foot, press your heel away from you. Amazing. Three, squeeze that booty, flex the foot. 2, and 1. Now we're going into our knee tuck to leg extension. Keep the hips rolled forward. We're not moving our body. And then press that heel away from you. Nice. Big stretch out. Push the heel away. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Grab your yoga block or towel, pop it between the knees. Heels together, squeeze that object between the knees. Top hand supports you on the floor, and we're going to lift those knees off. Awesome. Like I said, it might be a bit harder this side. I want you to try really hard to keep squeezing the knees together. Lift the knee off the floor as much as you can, even if it only feels like a millimeter. We're going to be working those side obliques. Beautiful. Squeeze the knees and then lift. Squeeze and lift. Beautiful. 2, 1. Nice. Propping up onto your forearm. We're going to go into those side planks. Reach one arm up to the sky. Lift your hips up. Squeeze the knees together and drop down. Nice and controlled. Squeeze and drop. Keep your feet together. Nice. Actively squeeze the block or towel. Nice, team. Push the floor away through that forearm. Lift the hips nice and high. Four, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. All right. Pop your prop just off to the side. We're going to stand up next. So we are starting in a sumo position. This means our feet are quite a bit wider than our shoulders and our toes are pointing out on a 45-degree angle. So if you're on a mat, you want those toes pointing towards the corners in front of you. From here, we're going to drive our knees out, push the hips back, get as low as you can, and then come back up. Doesn't matter what you do with your hands for now, but I do want you to focus on those knees initiating the movement and driving outwards towards the corners of your mat. Get those inner thighs working, get as deep as you can. Beautiful. In 3 reps, we're going to go into a pulse. All right, 2. Last one, we're going to stop at the bottom, come up and down just a quarter of the way. Keep driving those knees outwards. If you need a reminder, use your hands to keep the knees facing out. Woo, up and down. 4, 3, 2, we're staying down here, and then we're lifting our heels up onto our tippy toes. Your goal is to try and not move the body as you do this. Leave it all in the legs. So we don't want to be going up and down. We're going to stay nice and still. Almost there. Lift the heels, press your toes into the floor. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. We're going to face to the front of your mat in a nice long split squat position. If you feel like you're really unstable, then make sure you're not on a tightrope and give yourself a bit of space between your hips. From here, we're going to stay high on our tippy toes on that back leg. We're going to drive our knees forward and then press back to the top. So now knee to go over our toes, and we're keeping that front foot planted down on the floor. Awesome. If you are struggling with balance, try and keep your eyes at one point on the floor. Amazing, team. Getting as deep as you can. 3, 2, and on this last one, we're going to stay with a right angle at our knee, and we're lifting this front heel up, all right? You're really going to feel it through your quad. Woo, feel the burn. Lift that heel, press your toes into the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, amazing, guys. All right, swap sides. We're going straight into that split squat. Drive the knee over the toes. Keep your body upright. Open up the hip. Nice. Nice and controlled. Beautiful. Maybe even challenge yourself a little bit. Pause at the bottom and then drive up. 3, 2, and the last one, stay down, right ankle, lift that heel up. Awesome. It won't feel like it's coming up very high, but that's all good. Keep pushing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Okay, grab your prop, lying on the floor. Place it between your knees once again. And we want our feet to be right next to each other, nice and close. We're going to squeeze our prop between the knees. Tuck your ribs down towards the mat. And then roll your pelvis up. We're not going too high here. And then we're going to do 5 pulses on your prop in the middle. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Drop your hips down and drive them up again. 5 pulses. Squeeze. Awesome. Down and roll up. Squeeze. Beautiful. I want these pulses to be as much power as you've got in those inner thighs. Like you're trying to punch your prop with your knees. And then back down. Rolling up. Punch. Beautiful. 2 more here, guys. Roll up. 5 pulses. Down. Last one. Pulse. And relax. Beautiful. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe come into a happy baby if you want to. We are going to feel our inner thighs tomorrow, guys. Looking forward to it. All right, let's go back to lying on our side. Grab a picture with your knee. And lying down. Knees stacked on top of each other, heels stacked. Top hand is holding your hip and rolling it forward. Lift those feet into the air. Press your heels together and open that knee up and down. Just lightly tapping the knees together and then going up as high as you can. Keep tensioning the legs by pressing your heels together. Good job, team. And our core helps a lot here by stabilizing our body. So keep a general activation through the abs by drawing the belly button in. Awesome, team. 3, 2, and 1. Drop your bottom leg, flex the heel on that top leg, going down and all the way up now. Keeping that leg bent at a 90-degree angle and keep the hips rolled forward. It's really easy in this one to open up this way. So make sure we are staying rolled to the front. Isolate that booty, girl. Good. Keep your foot flexed. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we go into our leg extension. Tuck the knee in and press the heel away from you. Keep those hips rolled forward slightly. Nice, team. 3, 2, and 1. Hold your leg out straight. Don't drop it just yet. Now we're going to come to the front with our leg and then lift it up as high as you can at the side. To the front. Stop at your hips and up. Oh yeah, to the front and up. Feeling the burn, guys. Front and up. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, grab your prop. Can't find mine. Hop it between your knees. Keep your feet planted together. Top hand on the floor to support you. Lift the knees up as high as you can. Think about your top hip and ribs pulling together as you do that. Nice, guys. Really tough, small movement that does a lot for those obliques. Awesome. 3, 2, 1. This time we're going to straighten our legs. Keep your prop between the knees, but we want the legs out straight. This is going to be harder, okay? And we're going to lift both the legs up. Awesome. If straight legs is too challenging, just go back to your bent legs. Keep your toes pointed in this one and focus on squeezing that prop. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Bend those knees again. Coming up into your side plank position. You're going to lift the hips, squeeze your prop as much as possible and drop down. If you wanted to make this more advanced, you could straighten out your legs and it would be a lot more challenging to stay stable. Or you can keep the bottom leg bent and top leg just squeezing the block and not touching the floor. Beautiful. Lift those hips, squeeze the knees together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right, rolling onto the other side. Starting with knees stacked, feet together up in the air. Roll the hips forwards and open that knee. Press your heels together. Keep that active tension on, mind to muscle to your booty. Beautiful. Work really hard to keep those feet in the same position. We don't want our feet wobbling around. Awesome. Three, two, and one. Drop your bottom leg, flex your foot, open and close all the way. Keep those hips rolled forwards. Good. Try and keep the knee and the ankle in line with each other as they lift. Beautiful. Three, two, and one. Hold that leg up. We are tucking it in and then stretching it out. Push your heel towards the roof. The wall, sorry. The wall that you're kicking towards. Keep those hips rolled forwards. Squeeze that booty. Three, two, and one. Going into that forward reach and leg lift. Oh yeah, forward and leg lift. Just as much as you can do. Stick within your mobility range. And we don't need a completely straight leg. Just focus on pressing the heel away from you, pulling the toes towards you. Awesome. Three, two, one. Amazing. Grab your prop between the knees. Top hand comes to the floor in front of you. And let's lift those knees off the floor, crunching our top ribs to hips together. Nice. Use the floor to support you. Good stuff, team. Really squeeze that prop as hard as you can between your knees. Don't forget about that. And if you want to add an extra challenge, let's straighten out those legs now and focus on lifting your whole leg off the floor, toes pointed, ribs to hips through here. Awesome. Go back to bent leg if this is too much for you. Almost there. Three, two, one. Nice. Coming up into our side plank. Squeeze your block, either with both knees together or straighten your top leg, or both legs if you're going for that. Keep squeezing that prop between the knees. Drop the hips down and lift them up. Keep squeezing your prop, guys. Stay active through your whole body. Killing it. Three, two, one. Amazing. All right, prop is off to the side and we are standing up. Coming into our sumo squat position, feet outside our shoulder width, nice and wide, toes pointing to the corners of your mat. And let's go, knees go out to the side, hips drive back. But we're staying quite upright, so it's all about the knees pushing out to the side. Beautiful. Really press the knees out. Use your arms as a guide if you need it. Awesome. In 3 reps, we're going to go into our pulse. 2 and 1. Stay down the bottom. Little quarter pulse at the top. Beautiful. Feel those inner thighs switching on. Hands off the legs. 3, 2, 1. All right, this time we're going to lift one heel and then the other. One heel and the other. It's like a little dance. Keep your hips nice and steady. Awesome, team. In 3 reps, we're going to go into double leg. 2, 1. All right, both heels up and down. Keep that body nice and steady. We are almost there. Keep that core engaged. Really pull your belly button in towards your spine. 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right, facing off to the side into our split squat. Up on those tippy toes on your back leg. Drive your front knee forwards and push back through. Keep your shoulders back, body upright. Drive the knee over your toes as much as you can. Nice, team. In 3 reps, we're going to pause with a right angle at our knee. 2 and 1. All right, heel lift on that front leg. Keep your body nice and still. Draw your belly button in. Feel the burn. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Swapping legs. Straight into it, team. Tippy toes on that back leg. Drive the knee forwards. Fully straightening that front leg and then going back into your split squat. Nice, team. Really push yourself, get as deep as you can. Doing so well. 3, 2, and 1. Right angle, heel lift. Let's go. Lift that heel as high as you can. Might not feel very high. That's all right. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, amazing. Grab your prop. One more for this sequence. Lie on your back. Bring the prop between the knees. Feet together. Press your ribs down, so make your whole back nice and flush. Tuck the pelvis under. All right, lift those hips, squeeze that prop 5 times and drop down. Roll the hips up, squeeze like you're trying to punch your prop with your knees and up. Squeeze that prop. Beautiful. 5 pulses. You got it, team. Two more here. Last one, 5 pulses. Nice. Grab your block. Take your feet nice and wide, wider than shoulder width. We're going to come up onto our tippy toes. So you might need to bring your feet in a bit closer to your hips. Reach your arms up to the sky. And then we're going to drive our hips up. Press your knees out nice and wide. And roll that pelvis under. Remember, we're keeping our ribs tucked down. So we're just using our butt for this. If our ribs are flared, it means we're using our lower back. We don't want to do that. Press the knees out as wide as you can. In 3 reps, we're going to do double time pulses. 2 and 1. All right, let's go fast. Boom, 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 boom. You got it. Last one. Really tuck the hips under. Squeeze that booty. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Hug your knees in, guys. Draw some big circles. One way and the other way. Beautiful. All right. We've got a quick core sequence to finish off this session. So we have got 2 options. Option number 1 is a V-sit. So your hands are behind you, your feet are up, and you're just on your tailbone. If this is too much for you, drop down to your forearms, and then you'll be more on the back of your pelvis with those legs up. Again, if that's too much for you, lie flat. All right, those are your options. But from there, every position or every leg movement will be the same. So pick your level, 1, 2, or 3. You're going to lift our legs up and we want our shins parallel to the roof. So no feet dropping down. From here, we're going to keep our leg bent. Slowly drop one leg and tap your toe on the mat. And then we're going to lift it back up to meet our other leg. Awesome. This whole way through, really press your ribs down towards your hips. Don't let your feet drop. Nice. 3, 2, and 1. Without missing a beat, we are straightening our legs now. Leg extensions. We're hovering just above the mat, so we're not touching the floor here. Keep the ribs pressed down, guys. Nice. Three, 2, 1. Don't drop those legs yet. Join your knees together and we're going to rock our knees side to side. So I'll face the screen so you can see one side and then the other. Make it as small or big as you like, depending on what you can manage. And remember, you've got those other levels. If you need to drop to your forearms or to your back, then do so. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Plant the feet, lie flat on your back. We're going to roll our hips off the floor, press the ribs down so we're in a crunch. Arms by your side, and we're going to swivel side to side. Reach for your ankle. If you want to make this more challenging, step your feet forward more so you have to try and swivel further. And if you want it a bit easier, move your feet back towards your hips. Nice. Control that breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. All right, no rest for the wicked. Back to the top. So choosing your position, starting with our toe taps, shins parallel to the floor. Let's go. We're so close to the finish line. One more round of this, and we're done. I want you to challenge yourself. You might even be able to do the next progression. Just give it a go. See how you feel. Nice and controlled, guys. Ribs stay tucked down. 3, 2, 1. Straight into leg extension. Straighten that leg out. Oh yeah, feel the burn. Keep those shins parallel to the roof. It's hard, but we got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Join those knees together. Wipers, side to side. Let's go. Drop to your forearms if you need, but keep those knees together. Do an amazing team. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Lie on your back. Heel taps, and then we're done. All right. Curl the shoulders off the floor. Swivel side to side. Let's go. Burn through those abs. Keep your chin tucked like you're holding a little peach underneath it. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, team. Stretch your legs out long. Reach your arms up to the sky and over your head. Woo! Good job, team. That was super fun. All right, hug one knee into your chest. And you can stay here doing little hip circles with your knee if you like, or if you want a deeper stretch, just grab onto your ankle and swivel that leg towards you. Don't pull on it or strain, Just kind of guide the heel towards your chest. It's like we're doing an upside down pigeon pose. Nice. Now take that knee all the way across your body. Stretch your other arm in the opposite direction. Come back to the center. Hug that knee into hip circles or grabbing your ankle to get a bit of a deeper stretch. And then take your knee across your body, stretch your arm out. Might get a back crack if you're lucky. Awesome. When you're ready, sitting up, take your time getting there. And then we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. Let your knees fall out to the side. And depending on your mobility, you can either start just by bouncing your knees up and down. That'll be a really good release through the inner thighs. Or you can lean forwards over your legs or press your knees down towards the floor. Whatever feels good right now. Nice. Right, take one leg out into the side, tuck your other leg in. And then we're going to reach towards that leg with the same arm. And then using the opposite arm, reach up to the sky. So we get a hammy stretch as well as a side stretch. Nice. Over to the other side. Reach for that leg and over. Nice. And then last one, stretching out the booty. Bring your feet in front of you, hands behind you. Cross your ankle over your knee and then press that knee away from you. If you want to deepen this, just move your other foot closer to your hips. Awesome. Other side. Beautiful. All right. Thanks for joining me today, team. Hope you had a fabulous session.